The truth about being a professional butcher is that no one in modern society will have any idea what the fuck it is that you do for work. Acquaintances will ask you, so what do you do for work? You'll say, I'm a butcher, I'm a meat cutter, I'm a slaughterman. Their pupils will dilate slightly, their face will become expressionless, they might fart a little bit, and then when they do regain their composure, they'll say, I've never heard anybody say that before. You know, inside, they're like, what the fuck did he just say? A butcher? What is this, 1700s? Change the subject, change the subject, change the subject. Let's get this straight. Nobody thinks I'm cool for being a butcher, contrary to popular belief. Even farmers. Farmers, when you meet a farmer, they don't waste any time thinking you're cool. They just try to hire you to do some side work for them. For farmers, finding a butcher can be like trying to find a carpenter or a doctor in a world where there are barely any carpenters or doctors. When a farmer finds out I'm a butcher, they're like, oh my God, I just heard you were a butcher. They'll try to hug you and shit. You have no idea how long I have been trying to find someone like you. Ever since that one place I used to go to shut down, I've been taking my sheep to this motherfucker over here. He does a shit job, and he's an asshole on top of it. And last time, he shot the wrong animal. The time before that, he fucked it up too. I tried to do it myself a couple times. That didn't work. Jeez, goddamn, let me tell you, man, I am so glad I found you. Can you kill some animals next week? I don't know if you're free next week. Can you come over? I get some animals. You can kill them next week. Is that cool? Anyway. Then there's the homesteader, home butcher types. That's a little bit different than your regular small farmers. The homesteader, home butcher types, they don't think I'm cool at all either. Homesteaders, they can get weird on me in a snotty, I'm cooler than you kind of a way. Oh, you're a professional butcher? Oh, I kill my own hogs. I've watched all the videos. Oh, you use Victorinox Forstner stainless steel knives? Ha! Those cheap old things. I only use carbon steel knives. It takes me all day to process a pig because I am very detail-oriented and meticulous. I scald and scrape my hogs. It's the only way to go. Oh, what? You don't scald and scrape? You skin the pig? Oh, no. Never skin the pig. Anyway, they go on like that for homesteaders and chefs who have tried their hand at butchering, for some reason feel a need to declare their opinions to me about how skin-on pigs are the best, or how hand saws are better than band saws, or how certain expensive knife brands are better than shitty knife brands. I'm just like, that's cool, man. That's cool. I like all that stuff too. Skin-on hogs are great. I'm sure your knives are great. Basically, folks, I'm the wrong guy to try to debate about any of this stuff with. I like all the different tools and techniques related to butchering. I'm not trying to battle anybody about what kind of butchering is better than another type. It can all be situationally appropriate from my perspective. Here's a good one from way back in my grocery store days. Oh, but you're not a real butcher. Like you work at a grocery store. Now, why would you say that to someone? That's so weird. Declaring that you work as a butcher is like declaring your political views or something. People react to it like it's open season for showering you with all their opinions about what it is that you do. Usually they have no idea what it is that you do, but they think they do. Now, hunters are an interesting category. Hunters have no problem with me being a butcher. Vegans and vegetarians, they usually avoid me entirely, keep their kids away from me, and have a huge problem with me being a butcher quite often, which is unfortunate because I love vegans and vegetarians, you know. Like, it's fine with me that that's a lifestyle choice of theirs. I respect, often I can find a way to, you know, have common grounds with those kinds of people when we do engage in conversation, but they tend to freeze up and not talk to me at all. Whereas hunters are psyched to talk to me. They don't tend to turn up their noses at me at all. They just kind of see butchers as fake versions of hunters. They'll be like, "Oh, you're a butcher. Yeah, man, yeah. You shoot the animals when they're in a pen. What's the fun in that? Let me tell you what I do." And then they will launch into a bunch of hunting stories. "First, I smear charcoal all over my body. Then, I parachute into the wilderness by helicopter. Then, commence hunting stories." Now, I love hunting stories, so it doesn't bother me. Hunters are probably the most amiable to interact with when it comes to their opinions of butchers, because at least they have the basic understanding that human lives are predicated on the death of other creatures. The killing of animals will happen to fuel our human hungers, our various human hungers, whether we acknowledge it or not. Hunters at least are not confused about the question of, is it possible to avoid killing? No, they're not confused about that. Hunters understand the more pertinent question is, how are we to kill, and what is the right way to kill? The funny part is I have no gripes with any of these people who I interact with. The chefs and homesteaders who turn up their noses at me, the hunters who think that I kill animals the cheater way, the vegans and vegetarians who think I'm a heartless bastard with bad karma and a maladapted mind state, the farmers who have searched high and low for a butcher and want to hire me right quick. I have no gripes with any of these people. I have respect for them all. It's really remarkable, though, that the kinds of reactions I get when they find out I'm a butcher. I've often thought about, maybe next time I will introduce myself as a gas station attendant. Introducing yourself as a butcher is kind of like introducing yourself as a cross between a gas station attendant and a unicorn sometimes. People have never seen a unicorn in real life, so it puts them on their heels. Now, people have seen gas station attendants in real life, but it is taboo to introduce yourself as one. Did he just say he's a gas station attendant? My wife, she'll be like, "Remember what we talked about, honey? Don't tell them what you do." My wife is insistent that introducing yourself as a butcher, or a slaughterman in particular, especially, amounts to social suicide. And frankly, she's right. Nobody thinks that shit is cool. Ha ha ha. But you don't kill them, do you? Well, yeah, I kill those fuckers. Well, actually, I don't kill them. My coworker shoots him in the head, which causes brain death. And then often I'm the one who sticks a knife in their jugular vein and bleeds them out. It's a huge gush of blood. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a huge gush of blood when you do it right. It's pretty amazing. I take a whole bunch of pictures, videos and stuff. Actually, technically, bleeding out is a cause of death. It's called insanguination. So I guess technically I do kill them. Now, at this point in the conversation, I begin to realize that my audience is completely checked out of what I'm saying. My wife's face is all scrunched up. Later on, when we're driving home, she says to me, "What the fuck did you say all that for?" "I don't know. They asked me if I killed animals. I don't know." I realize now that even if people ask me, they usually don't want to hear the answer. No matter how I describe my work to them, they come away imagining I'm the Grim Reaper and a psychopath and a gas station attendant all wrapped into one, and they usually avoid interacting with me thereafter. People in society, like I said before, have so many judgments and opinions about butchers. Most people don't even know we exist. We're in a big blind spot for most modern people, a social blind spot. Farmers don't have this blind spot. They know about death. When our butcher truck rolls up to a farm on slaughter day, we got aunts and uncles and cousins and neighbors hanging out. We got potlucks and potlatches going on. We got little kids running around getting sprayed with blood from the pig as it's bleeding out on the ground. Farmers get it. Theirs is a very near proximity to the cycles of life. They see birth, they see the life, they see death, see it over and over and over and over. Farmers are in the minority, though, we got to remember. Farmers are less than 1% of the population. Most modern humans are not farmers and have only interacted with dogs and cats in a meaningful way and subscribe to a prolonged life at all costs kind of mindset, as well as a leave it alone approach to nature conservation. Well, I'll tell you, butchers are even less numerous than farmers. Everyone has a garden these days, and it's hip to know your farmer. It's hip to know your neighborhood chef. It's hip to know the guy selling sausage at $15 a pound. And it's hip to nibble on some prosciutto at $100 a pound. But the neighborhood animal killer, I don't need to know that guy. In fact, I'm going to pretend he doesn't exist. You're a butcher? You mean you cut meat? My coworker Will used to respond to that by saying, well, yeah, I cut meat. I'm the guy that shoots the animal in the face, and sometimes I even wrap the meat too. See, we butchers, we develop a certain sense of tolerance for death, for blood and guts. Just like anything that you do every day, it becomes super normal. The sudden dropping of the animal, the warmth of the blood, the clean opening of the hide, the vibrancy of the colors, the steam, the grease, it all becomes cozy and comfortable. We butchers are at ease in the midst of this work. Perhaps from the outside, it's easy to imagine us as social outcasts and derelicts and criminals and psychopaths, but I tell you, from the inside, we feel we're doing the original human work, either consciously or unconsciously. We are food gathering. We are engaged in the work of food procurement. We are performing a kind of work that is central to the human story. It is a work that connects cultures and ancestry, transcends time. It integrates our humanity and clarifies our relationship to the bigger picture, the non-human world. Though we as butchers are misunderstood by society, we are the carriers and rememberers of a vital human vocation. We are at once death bringers and life bringers, and we understand the paradox this presents. We are comfortable with this paradox. We are sometimes crass. We are sometimes petty. We are the salt of the earth. We are the bridge between worlds. We are tradesmen, tradeswomen. We are workers who have grown to appreciate the lifestyle, the worldview, the work that is butchery and slaughtery. We tolerate low pay, adverse work conditions, carpal tunnel, tendinitis. We have to wear these really unattractive hairnets. At the end of the day, it's just simple, honest work. It's a good day's work. And it's vital work for the success of a regional farming economy. What more could you ask for in life? The truth about being a meat cutter is that it's a lifestyle choice. It's the best church you have ever been to, and it's a disease, just like anything worth doing in life. The old guys I work with who are supposed to be retired keep coming back to the swinging beef. Not because they need the money necessarily, it's because it's fucking fun. It's what we know. It gives us meaningful work.